Always.
It is.
I'm on the other side of a sinus infection. This is probably the best that I've sounded in about a week. Just telling Scott, it's the worst when you take stuff before you go to sleep and then it wears off at like 2 or 3 in the morning and you just wake up, you're like,
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
so I see Ken went out of the frying pan and into the fire, huh?
What? That's the cool kids.
Yeah,
That's
he's-
what Joe said.
As Ken Snyder retired from the college and gave it about a day, and then he started with Eaton Rapids as their detective.
Sworn.
You know what?
Six-
Here's what's funny. And you tell him I said this. I will bet dollars to donuts that he will deal with more juveniles than adults.
Yeah.
Because their juveniles over there are just, I can't even wrap my head around it. I had the superintendent on the phone, I'm like, what is going on with these kids? It's like the parents are black.
Wow.
Well, he had some experience at youth.
I know.
Yeah, no, what you.
Hello, happy New Year.
Hello.
Happy New Year, Lynn.
Right on page 3, the forward states there's the staff. Next, same address, there is a staff. And they're both from the hospital. Boulevard. So they're the same, it's 2 companies.
No, there are 3 licenses
At the
at
same.
the same location.
Oh, so it's like 2 grow and 1 process, right? 3 grow. Something like that.
We think it's 3 girls.
I think it's 2 grow and 1 process. But it's all on.
Kind of process.
Okay, I just was like, there are gaps. And whether I should worry about it.
No.
Well.
You don't have to grow.
So how many days?
I think that's what he
Hang on.
emailed after the last, because he was out of town or something, so he wasn't able to. And I did, I did let, Jerome know that we had it back, because he was just calling the chat, because he's like, hey, I got that, I'll look at it for her, and I said, yeah, we already got it, it's good to go, so I understand that. And he's gonna get it, and it's next week.
I'm gonna say, the pond is water. The treatment has changed.
Well, that's
So that the opposite of they were in their treatment. That's right, I understand that, so as long as that you're not doing that there's still a polyphosphate barrier on all those lead service lines, that there's still a design coded,
Yes.
coded, and design cover. We're not doing it.
No, you're right.
Last meeting, actually, I didn't know this paper because it was, you know, I told you, from. I can understand. In response to things. Lead service. I can understand. When copper.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
So, you.
Hey, and the drive to Wisconsin was pretty sporty. Well, we were gonna leave later. And fortunately, my wife woke up at like 5:30 in the morning. She's like, we're getting on the road. Because if we hadn't left that early, they closed 9 to 4.
Oh, really?
And we had just beat it by like an hour. It was She was like, when we got through, she's like, never again. But then when we got to Chicago, there were maybe like 20 cars on the road through all of downtown. I'm like, this is the fastest I've ever gotten here.
So did you get rested up?
I'm still working on it. This is the best I've sounded in about a week.
Wow.
I'm still a little froggy, but I just keep taking, oh, thank you. I keep taking
I've
vitamins.
been eating those, I'll tell you, because I kept getting some stuff in my chest, you
Mhm.
know, and I eat those, it makes me cough and it'll come loose and.
Well, you know what? Well, my wife brought home a bunch of junior mints. Put
Oh,
those in the freezer
yeah.
and get them nice and full.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Just need to hear you.
Oh.
Hi, Virgie. What you doing this week?
I'm trying to remember. It's been.
You ain't working the whole year, Virgie. Since last year. You were last year.
Yeah, if someone in the plastic company thinking, okay, what's there?
You got that, it's mustache.
Whatever. How y'all doing? Good, Donovan, how are you? Oh, how's your holiday? How's your holiday?
Pretty good, pretty good. I can't complain, to be honest. How about you?
Not bad. Like flowery?
What is this?
Yeah, it does. Wow.
I don't know, I was just reading that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
On there and stuff.
Cleaning,
Mm.
like a,
Thank you for the heads up, Bill. Energy is still that.
You know, we just read this, we don't have to do anything but read it and turn it back in.
Yeah.
Dora, will you take that to your mom for me?
All right, so we do have order, it is 6:30, and we'll go ahead and call our study session to order. If we can all stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
City Clerk Domingo, if you'll take roll call for us, please.
Councilmember Williams,
Present.
Reed,
Present.
Jackson,
Here.
Lawler,
Here.
Davis, Brent,
Here.
and Mayor Snyder.
Here. Right, so we are just going through the agenda items, discussing if we have any questions for approval. So our first item is to approve the 3 renewal medical grower permits for the Hongrui Enterprises. So on your desktops, you have the applications in front of you. This passed unanimously by the Planning Commission at our last meeting in December. So I'll go ahead and give you all a few moments to review the documents in front of you. And then we'll see if we have any questions. Councilman French?
So this is now medical marijuana growing. They're not asking to change over to recreational.
These are medical.
Okay,
Don't ask me why. Yeah. This particular company, it's operating, there's three permits all out of the same facility. If you look at the cover page there, it indicates the department reviews. There was a 6-month window between when they had their planning department review and when our office finally signed off on it, because they were missing several things. And we went back and forth with them for months, because the people that run this company are very nice, but for some reason they refuse to work with their corporate attorney. And so they've had some struggles, but they finally did what they needed to do 6 months later, which is why we finally signed off, and then it went to planning commission. So.
Well, that's why you're doing the right? Yep. Do we have any other questions for our city attorney? All right. The next would be to approve resolution 2023-01 for the project agreement with MDOT. And Eagle, I'm sorry, not MDOT, the Michigan Department of Environmental, Eagle, to designate the city manager as an authorized and designated signatory. Do we have any questions in regards to the information that was provided in the packet? Mayor Pro Tem Jackson?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So not really a question, so the sign off is, sign off is just so that we can come up there, but this sign off.
Yeah, so this is for our drinking water benefit grant that we got for Eagle to go through to the identify the water service lines. And through this process, there will be a lot of pay applications that we come through that we sign off and we get it. Send back to the state. So it could save the hold up from not being reimbursed. So in the mayor's got in the office on a regular basis, so just kind of make.
Any questions for the city manager or attorney on this? All right, the next would be to approve resolution 2023-02. This one is with MDOT to allow myself and the clerk to sign for the city. Do we have any questions in regards to the documents provided for this? Councilman Davis.
Good evening, everyone. The question that I had, because just what City Manager Snyder said previously regarding the signature, but I noticed that you instead of her, is there a particular reason for that?
Yep, so this is the contract for the replacement of the North Albion Street Bridge, so it's a different program. For this project, we have the reimbursements to where I will need to sign off on them, so this is a formal contract, and by charter, the mayor and the city clerk are responsible for.
Oh, okay. Okay.
very happy to see that we got this and that this project move along. I know we've all this, all the conditions of the North Elm Street Bridge.
Any questions in regards to these documents? All right. The approval of the first reading of ordinance 2023-01. To amend chapter 66. In regards to
Let's see.
our leads pickup.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Councilman.
Who came up with this?
I did.
No, I'm joking. I don't have a question.
Brought this to the table.
All right.
Councilman Williams, I would say that if I had come up with it, I would have just made it for your precinct and mine.
Right. There you go.
Any other questions? Comments? All right, the next would be the approval of the Whiteman proposal for North Albion Street Bridge project. Any questions about that document? Yep, Mayor Pro Tem Jackson.
Hey, if you could just go over briefly, what your report says about the scope. Understood all the different things that they will be completing, then the financial impact.
Yeah, so the replacement of the North Elm Street Bridge will take place this year. So Wyman and Associates, they are the engineer firm that the city has an agreement in place with. They have provided us with an additional proposal to oversee that project for us. So the scope of services include, they are a registered professional engineer. They will have on-site construction observation, materials testing, construction, staking, contract administration, and they will hold probably bi-weekly or if not weekly progress meetings to keep us up to date on the project. They've been involved this entire process for doing all of the preliminary engineer work that to get us to this point. And they have provided us with a proposal to do this for a fixed fee of $220,000. This has been, they provided us with these estimates as we are putting together the budget for this year. So this has been included in the budget to account for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are they also, when they do the bridge, going to remove all the dead trees that's falling down into the water?
I don't believe that scope is included with the replacement of the bridge. We can look into doing that as an additional factor.
The what women?
We can, that's not included in the replacement of the bridge, but we can look at doing that as a project. Yeah, definitely.
Any other questions, comments?
I got a question.
Yeah, Councilman.
The 220,000, is that covered through grant funds, or are we paying that out of the municipal fund?
That would be where I believe that we are responsible for covering that. That's not through the local bridge program. If that covers the construction.
Okay.
Any other questions? And the last would be the approval of the service proposal for Haven Road with White. We have questions in regards to this document. Oh, please. Sit there.
Yep.
I said the same questions, but it's in there. It was, when I added it all up together, it came to what she had put in there. So.
They've offered to provide the same level of service as they are at the North Elm Street Bridge project for a fixed fee of $119,500. And again, this was included in the 2023.
All right, public comments. Anybody in the gallery? Would like to stand and address council? You have anybody else? Do I have a motion to adjourn? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paul.
Just want to let council know, I sent everybody an email earlier today. Regarding a pending matter, just want to let council know at our next meeting, we'll have a closed session, so I'll be able to give you some more detail and answer questions that you might have in that regard.
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Being adjourned, 6:41 PM.